Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Planet Coaster and Heinrich's Hydeaway. Apparently, just as I ended the last video, we did actually complete our mission for a hotel challenge, so we've had 20 people visit the hotel for 2 months in a row, apparently. I don't know how the months flew by, but there we go, an extra $1,000 in my bank. I wonder if we're going to get any new challenges. I really hope that we do. Alright, so let's see. I did download a few new items from the online workshop. Let's see. We did actually manage to get a misspelled medieval restaurant, so I could actually place down something like this now, which I would actually much prefer over this Planet Coaster thing here. It is just way too nondescript for me, so we're just going to get rid of that. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you're just having a nice dinner, and all of a sudden, everything just exploded around you. Or we're sucked into the void. I don't freaking know. Anyway, point is, you're going to have to re-enter and repay. All right? Hope you don't mind that too much. There we go. All right, that should be a little bit nicer. Let's get rid of that path, since that's obviously unnecessary at this point. Hopefully you guys are not stuck. They appear to possibly have been stuck. Nope, they just despawned. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. That's completely fine. Yeah, normal. Okay. I guess they all died. I will send a fruit basket to their families. All right, so I don't really know what else we need to do at the moment. I think we just keep trucking, trying to build out some bigger rides and stuff. How are we doing in terms of our research? I have been researching a few things. We do have the spin, spin, spin research done, so that gets me yet another round spinny ride. The elixir machine. Okay. Also, Monsieur Frites, which I believe is just French fries. Mr. Fries, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Thrill ride, twisting, lifting, twirling. Sure, we'll research that. I kind of need to research some new coasters as well. How about all about airtime? And, how about the festive expedition for the track rides? I'm kind of curious what some of that is going to do. I kind of expected we'd have a lot more research options at this point. So far, I don't feel like we've got an absolute ton. I did download some new coasters. The Matterhorn Blitz. Now, that looks kind of fun. Ooh, check that out. That's pretty sweet looking. Looks like something straight out of Disney's Frontierland, too. I love it. Let's see. We already saw the Magic Dragon. There's a Screamer. Yeah, most of these things are just locked behind something, like this tiny wooden coaster. What's it locked behind? I don't know. Why can't I build it? There's got to be a reason. So that's why I'm saying I kind of expected to have more research options by now. I'd like to know what coasters I need exactly. The problem is that the Steam Workshop is a bit of a chaotic mess. There's a really ton of cool stuff on it, but it's a little misfiled. There's tags just thrown about for absolutely freaking everything. Very irritating. So let's see. We could sort by a lot of different types. For example, wooden. So apparently we don't have any wooden coasters really unlocked. Custom. Interesting. Crazy One, Looney Tunes, Junior Dragons, Wendigo. We have access to launched coasters, apparently. A looping coaster, looping coaster. Interesting. So these are the same type of coaster, but with different starting cars / tracks, I guess? Huh. Not really sure how exactly that's supposed to work, but I'm sure that's going to be just fine. Anyway, let's see if we can place down some more rides. Where do I want them? Probably about time for us to start building out a thrill ride. Let's say in this approximate direction. This is a big ride and takes up a whole load of space. I'm going to place it down over here, I think. Well, I say that. Hang on. I don't know what exactly judges why it can't build there and why it can, but okay. We're going to place one over here in the corner and start siphoning more of the guests to this end of the park, closer to the majesty that is Heinrich's castle. And maybe they decide they want to pop in for a spa treatment or something. I don't know. There we go. That should work just fine. Now, I did see that we got a couple more challenges. Let's see. Have a hotel with 78 rooms. Oh, good heavens. It's just, that's gonna require a much bigger castle than I think I'm willing to afford at this point. Oh, well. I did see a challenge, though, about some entertainers, which as of yet we have not really made use of. There's not a whole lot of entertainers here that I would say really fits well with our theme, except perhaps for Princess Emily? Amelie. I don't know. All right, we're going to go ahead and place her down, I guess. She can go around and entertain people. Oh, look how pretty she is. Can I change the color of her dress? No. No, it does not appear that I can. How very bizarre. All right, well, that's the character, and by God, I'm sticking to it. It does certainly appear that for some reason I am absolutely bleeding money. I'm not too sure what I did that's causing that. We don't seem to have enough guests to actually keep all of the rides constantly occupied in the queue lines, at least not quite the way that we used to. Is everyone over at the Screamer or something? Is that what's going on? Yeah, everyone's sitting here at the Screamer. And we can only fill this out so much, so I guess what we probably need to be doing is going through and actually raising the prices for a lot of our rides. Anything that has relatively good prestige, like, yeah, I think we just go for a bit of extra money wherever we can. Maybe another 50 cents there. Teacups are pretty low in priority, but all right, we'll give them a little bit of a raise there, too. Definitely a raise up over here, 10.50. Let's make this a solid 15.50. Yeah, we're just trying. See, it says that guests think that multiple rides are of great value, and that's good for the park and such, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like I need to be charging a lot more if I want to be solvent. Let's see what the heck is going on here in terms of my finances. Looks like park management is what's killing me right now. Research costs? Yeah, admittedly trying to do researching of a couple of really big rides at a time is proving to be a tiny bit expensive. Oh, good. Another thrill ride that appears to do some form of spinning. Man, there's a lot of spinning rides, aren't there? Okay, so, I mean, once these are done, that is going to free up another $2,000 per month, and that certainly is going to help matters, but, yeah, staff wages and stuff are really starting to add up here. I don't think we can afford a lot more training. Scenery running costs, all in all, not that bad. Loan monthly payments, yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, it's mostly coming down to wages and research. I think we're going to have to cut it out on the research, at least for a little bit. Shops and facilities apparently are not proving to be solvent right now, which is one of the reasons I'm not too eager to keep building out a lot of extra food and drink stands. If people are hungry and thirsty, go to what I already have. Gosh dang it. Because otherwise, this stuff's starting to bleed a little bit of money. Shop sales over $5,000, not too bad, but running costs are $6,000. The hotel is absolutely making some money. Restaurant is barely making some money. Yeah, we're starting to struggle a little bit on that front. It's really all about the rides. The rides are what makes me the money. Outside of that, ouch. This is a little on the expensive side to run a theme park. Who would have guessed? New challenge, have 23 people visit your hotel for a month. Oh, please absolutely do that. We are right on the verge of a deficit, and I would really like to get that challenge. I don't think that should be too hard, ultimately. We've already had, 216 guests lifetime, 36 this last month. I mean, yeah, once we get to the end of the month, this should automatically be done. And sure enough, my gosh, the profit is proving to be a small problem here. At least once the entertainer stays for a couple of months, that'll be a little bit of extra cash as well. And more rides are freaking breaking down. Why are all my rides always breaking? Gosh dang it, mechanics, what do I freaking pay you for? Exactly. I should give all of you a demotion. Take away all your extra money. There goes another one. Hey, seriously. I'm not going to make any money if you guys keep breaking all my freaking rides. Mechanics, you're doing regular inspections for this exact purpose. Dang, and now we're a couple $1,000s in the hole, so that's certainly going to suck. Let's go ahead and reveal our research. This was taking some freaking blood and tears here. Anubis. Cool, another coaster. And sleigh ride. Oh, yeah, that sounds like the sort of thing I'm absolutely going to be using. Eek. Eek. All right, so profit, at least as of right now, we are getting closer, I would say, to a proper profit. At least we're not going to be spending nearly as much money on research and development, and by nearly as much, I mean absolutely nothing. So that alone will put us back up there. Here comes some money. Okay, we're starting to pick ourselves back up, starting to make some serious cash again. Yeesh, that just took a while. Challenge complete. Good, I got another $1,000. Thank you. Very much appreciated, very much needed. Absolutely. How are the guests feeling right now? Energy is shockingly low. I mean, I could try placing down a whole bunch more benches, I suppose, places for them to rest. I think that is one of the #1 ways to deal with a lack of energy from your guests. So yeah, we're going to place down a bunch more of those. You know what we need? What we need is a dang marketing campaign. Something to get more guests in here, since apparently I don't have nearly enough. Most of them are very happy, and I think we can probably handle at least a bit more. We could do a poster campaign. It's a low-impact marketing, mostly gets teenagers. Not too bad for us at this point. Families? Nah, we don't have a whole lot of gentle rides. Adults? Potentially. I think TV commercials are going to be way too expensive. And then we could just do some online campaigns. I mean, online campaigns with viral videos. Friggin' heck, make something on YouTube. Let's do one of those. And no, I don't want to auto-renew. Let's just try one. Spend $1,000, try to get some more people in the park, mostly teenagers who are looking for thrill rides. And hopefully that generates some much-needed revenue. I would say that it's working. I'm seeing a whole lot more people entering the park all of a sudden. We'll take a look at those overall numbers and see if we can actually track this. Is there a way to see a... Yeah, there's a graph chart. That's what I want to see. So let's keep an eye on this total guests thing and see if this spikes up. Well, the marketing campaign ended already. That didn't take too long now, did it? So if we take a look at the guests, still haven't seen a May finish up yet. Yeah, it's taking a long time to actually get through the dang days. Show me how many people I got. It doesn't feel like we got much. I mean, another 100 or so. Is it worth spending $1,000 to get 100 members? Sure, if each of them spends $10. And we wouldn't have had them before. There we go. Okay, so it definitely makes an impact. An impact. Is it outstanding? Nah, probably not. One thing we could probably do, actually, is go to the park entrance and actually start charging some people a little bit. Charge, like, $2 per child and $4 per adult or something. I don't know. Now, it's not going to be a lot of extra money, but it's a tiny bit of extra cash, and it's basically saying, you know, if you're going to even enter into the park, we need something that actually pays for all the scenery. You might just walk through and not buy absolutely anything. In which case, why did I even let you in to congest my paths? Nah, it's a little bit money grubbing. But if it works, it works. We can try to get a little bit of money out of them this way. One of the things I'm noticing right now about our restaurant is that it is absolutely filthy. No one is going inside right now to buy any of my food because they're afraid they're going to catch some sort of plague, and they're probably right. So I'm going to hire up Everett Jeffries right here, and we're going to try to create a new roster, specifically saying, go here, okay? That's it. I'm going to call this Restaurant Duty and save this. There we go. So restaurant duty, you're only assigned to one facility. You're going to spend basically all of your time sitting around inside of the restaurant and cleaning it up as much as I dang well need you to. Now, where are you going? That's right. You get in there. That's right. Get in there. Build that cleanliness. Now people are going to go and eat at the restaurant. Yay. We're going to go ahead and toss in another thrill ride while I actually have some money reserves. It seems to fluctuate really quickly. I mean, right now we're looking at $3,000 monthly profit, and that's awesome. But if something goes wrong and something breaks down unexpectedly, this plummets to all frickin' heck, and you find yourself in the negative in no time at all. It's starting to become a little on the chaotic side, but okay, let's go ahead and toss you in here. We're going to raise the price up to, let's say, $11. How is the restaurant doing now? It is pretty clean overall. It still says it's not making a ton of money, but as we continue to draw people over this direction, I think that will be fixing itself. In the meantime, though, more rides just to keep people out of queues and kind of spread them out a little bit more, if at all possible. Because right now, I think one of the big frustrations that our guests are having is they're standing in line for too long, especially for this freaking ride. Like, who guessed? I guess I could have guessed. I told you that it only had, like, 8 people that I could host at any given time. The result is a very, very long wait time. Come on, guys. Just, like, stop waiting for it. Friggin' heck, how much more do I have to raise the dang price? I'll raise it again, all right. You better believe I will. The other problem is these rides are actually breaking down all the dang time. It's getting really frustrating. It's like the mechanics just are not doing their job adequately right now. I don't know what the issue is as far as maybe just inspection. Like, I'm telling them to inspect it fairly often, but it doesn't seem like it's actually doing a whole lot of good for me, so I don't know. Maybe I actually do need to set up some new work paths for our mechanics and tell them to focus on, like, 3 rides at a time, which is going to get expensive because that means I need to hire even more mechanics to make that work. But you know what? If that's what it takes to actually keep the rides up and running and making money all the time, then gosh dang it, that's all we got to do. Hey, what do you think you're doing about quitting? No, I'll pay you more. Don't think about quitting. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. I'll train you more too, okay? Okay? Yeah, you stay here. So what does this ride do here? It looks like it just spins people around and raises them up on a giant... Oh, there we go. Okay, we added in a twist. That looks like the ride that would absolutely make me throw up. I mean, I'm not exactly prone to motion sickness, but you tell me that does not look vomit-inducing. Of course it does. Holy crud. All right, sure, whatever works. You know, one of the things that's really interesting here is this particular vendor, you know, the guy who's thinking about quitting, the main reason he wants to quit is just because he doesn't have enough to do. He only served 5 customers last month, and I don't blame him. So it's really interesting in this game. It's not just about paying them well and training them enough. They actually want to be busy. If they have no work to do, they feel just sort of pointless and they get upset, which is a really cool addition to the game. Something I just found out and had no idea about. If you go to these staff buildings, you can actually assign various... oh, he did quit after all. You can assign various perks to those buildings. So, for example, right here, I tried assigning staff entertainment. Staff will be more resilient against being underworked. There's also social clubs, so they gain happiness back faster, learn their jobs a little bit faster, security office, more detection rates for the security staff, etc., etc. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? We're going to place down another roller coaster because I have the cash and we need something else that's going to generate a bit more. So let's go for a quick test ride, as we often like to do. Is this it's called Grendel, so it looks like it might have some sort of a special themed car associated with it. Hang on. Sure, that's Grendel, I guess. Yep, absolutely it is. It's a mini coaster of sorts, so it shouldn't be too intense. It also isn't going to have the highest excitement rating I've ever seen, but whoops, there we go. But, again, if it can draw people out of the regular queue lines and over somewhere else, I would say that that is a net win for me. This one's definitely a bit more kid-friendly. Not a lot of fear associated with it. I mean, I guess the upward helix and stuff is certainly kind of fun. Who doesn't like that, right? Sure, why not? Yeah, all right. This is not exactly the best roller coaster I've ever worked with. But it does come with some awesome towers and stuff, so it's thematically appropriate. You know, that's got to count for something, right? Well, we are about to have another roller coaster researched, though it is costing me a lot of my profit. We get Mouse Hunt, some sort of tiny little coaster. I don't know what that qualifies as. Does it unlock anything really cool? Sure, we get something called Mouse Maze, which has just terrible excitement value. What we want is this one, Nephthys. Excitement value of almost 7, 5 fear, which is perfectly middle of the road, very low nausea. That, of course, is going to cost me another $14,000. Matterhorn Blitz is okay, probably better than Grendel and such. For some reason, Magic Dragon, I guess because it's from the Steam Workshop, is not rated, so that's fun. Yeah, same with most of these things. So, yeah, I guess the next goal has to be to get Nephthys. For that, I'm going to need $14,000 more dollars, which is probably doable, but certainly not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. Let's see, how am I doing in terms of my loans right now? We have a $10,000 loan, which I'll just go ahead and just pay off now so we don't have to worry about any more interest coming out of that. Yeah, if I wanted to take another, let's say, $10,000 loan, that could certainly add up pretty quickly. Could do that. Alternatively, I don't know. We just sort of sit back and wait until we get a bit more cash. Oh, finally, something that's not a spinning ride. Okay, the Iron Claw. That sounds like the sort of thing that I'm going to want to build. Where do I want to place it, though? Do I want to place it down over here? I think I'll reserve this area for another roller coaster. So maybe down over here is about what I'm looking for. Let's see, Iron Claw, where are you? There you are. Iron Claw, okay. Well, this looks moderately familiar. I've seen something like this in Roller Coaster Tycoon many a time. Let's see, we're just going to place you probably right over here. Okay, and then we'll have an entrance that jumps up over here and exit down over here. And this has a pretty high nausea value, but otherwise should draw a lot of attention. Right, so here's that Nephthys roller coaster I was talking about. Now, this guy's pretty big and takes up a lot of space, doesn't he? Also pretty expensive, hoping really in the end it's going to pay for itself. Thus far, I'd say the roller coasters have done a pretty good job of paying for themselves, so we have no good reason to be worried. And yet, nonetheless, it's a pretty big investment on my part. If this doesn't work out, we're getting closer and closer to bankruptcy, uncomfortably so. But I don't know, maybe we can make it work. Of course, we do have to ride the roller coaster. I mean, how could we not, right? Now, wow, this looks like it's be a very, very steep start. Look at this. Dang, what are we on, like an 80-degree incline or something? Let's speed the chains up. I just want to see how this is going to turn out. This one actually looks pretty fun overall. There's a reason it's got an excitement rating of almost 7, right? So, I mean, this could very well end up being like the flagship coaster of the entire park if this works out well. Let's see, going down. Oh, that's a pretty steep drop. Picking up some pretty good speed. Whoa, dang! Wow, this is actually a pretty intense one. It looks like. Not that it's got. Oh, it's loud too. Not that it's got a whole bunch of loop-de-loops and other special features, but rather it just goes so fast and it's so large. Every turn is quite an ordeal. There you go. Some good banking on this thing, though. I'll give it that much. Woo! And down, and then we're going to have a slight upward helix. I like that. Gosh, can you imagine the G-forces on something like this? Probably be pretty intense, wouldn't it? All right, and that's the end of that one. Yeah, that's a pretty legit coaster. It's massive. It's pretty fun. Now, one thing you can take a look at, and I've never shown this before, you can take a look at the heat maps. that should be involved in, let's say, happiness or whatever. Let's see. We want to take a look at excitement, for example. There we go. You can see by excitement exactly which parts of your ride are the most exciting and what range they get up to. Looks like 10.47 after the initial drop is the highest it gets. We can look at fear here. It's pretty scary all the way through, apparently. Nausea, relatively low throughout. That's not too bad. You can even take a look at the G-forces, which is helpful when you're designing your own roller coasters, because it lets you kind of tailor some of the banking to try and reduce these a little bit, if possible. We probably will be building our own roller coaster at some point. Not yet, obviously, but eventually we will probably design our own roller coaster before we end this series out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and decorate here, but we are going to call this video as is right now. The park is looking fantastic. We added in 2 or 3 roller coasters this video. I can't quite remember, but we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. In the meantime, hey guys, if you are enjoying this video, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment. I am watching the view numbers with intense interest because I have some ideas for a future Planet Coaster series if people are interested in this, but this is mostly just a beginner challenge mode series to kind of get our feet wet. So I'm watching for feedback. If you want to see more, you got to let me know down below. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time.